Tonight, ranked in the top 20 in the state of Texas, the Howe Lady Bulldogs will put the finishing touches of a regular season masterpiece.
Harvey all alone underneath, draws the foul and gets the bucket.
A month ago, Howe shut out Bonham in the first period en route to a 66-29 win.
A minute 22, that's picked off by Honore. Rebounded by Williams. She puts it up left-handed. That one is good, and Howe extends the lead.
Tonight, the defending area champions tune up for a hopeful walk down the aisle to Austin.
And a deep ball by Anderson in the corner, and that one is good. Rebound, Sierra Copeland puts it up. That one is good. She draws the foul. Back to Grogan for the three shot, and that one is good. Right in the middle of the bucket. Katie Grogan nails it.
Live from the Fannin County seat, it's Howe Lady Bulldogs basketball.
Howe Bulldogs and Lady Bulldogs basketball is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independence Bank, Star Auto Body, Torque Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exterior.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Welcome, welcome. We are in Bonham, Texas. It's senior night, and the seniors are being introduced right now for Bonham. It's a Bonham senior night. For the Howe Lady Bulldogs, they come in here tonight 24-6. The defending area champions from a year ago. Not too many people or Lady Bulldogs teams have been area champions in basketball, but the Lady Bulldogs did that. As a matter of fact, almost advanced a year ago against Mineola. It was what some would call perhaps a bad call, a non-call on a Jenna Honore charge. They didn't call it. Mineola got to basically run the clock out. Here we are in 2020 with a brand new season, 24-6. Howe on the season, 10-1 in district play. Howe had played Bonham back in January the 17th, and won 66-29. And the Bonham Lady Warriors haven't had their strongest season so far this year. They had 41 girls out for basketball back when Derek Lands was coaching here many years ago. Now they're down to just the varsity, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players in high school playing basketball for Bonham, which is unheard of in a town this size. But the Lady Bulldogs have taken the court. Now they're going to start warming up here. But again, the Lady Bulldogs, led by seniors Allie Harvey, Molly Wilson, Cassidy Anderson, Jenna Honore, and Peyton Ford. Of course, Sierra Copeland does a lot of damage on offense and defense as she leads the team in points per game and rebounds per game. As Sierra Copeland on the year averaging 14.5 points per game and 10.5 rebounds per game. That's a double-double, and that's pretty impressive on the season. The 6'2" post is having quite the season as a junior. She's paired with the other twin tower, Allie Harvey, who scores 9.6 per game and rips down 8.5 boards per game. So with both of them on the floor at the same time, Howe controls the glass, and they've done so all season long. Again, en route to a 24-6 record. Howe has not reached that 24 win mark a whole lot in school history either, as we'll have to kind of dig through the history books for the Lady Bulldogs in that record. But it's been a long time. Howe just racking up the wins. We talked to, we had a chance to talk early on in the season about the chemistry and some of the players. And Allie Harvey had a chance to talk to us about playing together as a team.
It's really good just playing together. We have a lot of chemistry and we all know the game pretty well, and we just play a different game when we're all together.
We had a chance to talk to Cassidy Anderson about similar thing, about the team itself.
I think it's really important. It kind of gives us some motivation to like keep working throughout the season and like achieve those goals again.
In talking about goals for the season, Jenna Honore told us in the early part of the season what those goals were.
Well, obviously our goal is to go to state this year. We have a lot of talent, and I think we can do it as long as we work together and do our best at all times.
You know, they're led by head coach Derek Lands. He's been in house since 2002, or 2001 rather, and he's kind of the glue that holds everything together with this basketball program. And Molly Wilson had a chance to talk to us a little bit about her head coach.
You know, he really brings us all together. He knows exactly what to say. He knows us better than we know ourselves, so he knows how to push us and get us to do our best.
And is there any pressure at all from being, in the top 20 and having 24 wins? Peyton Ford responded to that question.
We have to live up to our circumstances and what people expect of us, and we just want to provide the best for our team, and it's hard to live up to that, but we work every day just to accomplish our goals.
Now, we were going to broadcast the Bells game a few weeks back. Someone got the flu. I apologize. But we before that game, the big story was, hey, Howe had lost at Bells without Jenna Honore on the court. And that, you figured, might have been, some people said, maybe a 15-point swing in that game if Jenna Honore would have been able to play at Bells. So we talked to Coach Lands. What is the difference that Jenna Honore makes when they were going to play Bells? What did it mean to have her on the floor the next time around?
Oh, it's huge, because Allie doesn't have to play point guard, but I mean, she doesn't have to play point guard and be mainly the only one that wants to do that. And you can put Jenna back in that hole, and now you've got to where everybody goes back to their spot and do what they do best. So, oh no, it's big. It'll help us.
We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll go over some stats and some lineups with statistician Blake Burnett. We'll be right back right after this timeout.
Howe Bulldogs basketball night in Texas is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torch Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Well, Justin is not here yet. He is en route, but we do have the Blizzard. Blake Burnett, talk to us a little bit about this Lady Bulldogs team. You've seen them, and you've really kept stats every week on them. Talk about what you know about them.
This Lady Bulldog team, coached by Derek Lands, is the best defensive team he's had in years, in my opinion. They swarm the basketball, they force turnovers, and Jenna Honore's the best one-on-one defender in the district, in my opinion. She takes away the best player for the opposing team every game and takes that player out of the game, and the other teams have nothing else to offer against us. But on offense, they have the three big girls that dominate: Sierra Copeland and Allie Harvey. We will start with Sierra. She's a junior post who is averaging 15 points a game during district play. She also adds 10.5 rebounds per game, and 4.5 of those are on the offensive side. Now, Allie Harvey, who is a senior post, she's averaging 10.5 points a game in district and 9.5 rebounds per game, with 3.18 of those coming on the offensive side. Cassidy Anderson, who is a senior forward, who adds 12 points per game in districts and is the team's best three-point shooter on the outside.
What you have there, essentially, You have returning the district MVP in Allie Harvey, the district's offensive MVP in Cassidy Anderson, and the district's defensive MVP in Jenna Honore. They cleaned house last year with the district awards, and I would expect they'd probably do the same thing again in 2020. Justin White has just stepped in here courtside, and this will be your first time you've seen the Lady Bulldogs this season, but you're very well aware from last season, and they've returned just about everybody. Are you over the heartbreak against Mineola and the non-call, the Jenna Honore charge that wasn't called? Are you over that yet? Because I'm not sure I am.
I don't know if I am either, and I think about, you go back to that game, for about 3.5 to 3/3 to 3/4 of the game, the Lady Bulldogs played a good game. It was about 2 or 3 minutes there.
Thought they were going to win. They led for basically the whole game.
It was about 2 or 3 minutes that the Mineola Press just got the best of the Lady Bulldogs there, and they were able to pull away. But it was a game that the Lady Bulldogs had in hand there in the fourth quarter and just couldn't put it away.
What I worry about with this Lady Bulldogs team, if there's anything to worry about, because like I said, they're 24-6, 10-1 in district play. But if you heard in the opening, the Lady Bulldogs shut out Bonham in the first period back in January. They've basically dang near shut out everybody in district in the first period. It's been a long time since the Lady Bulldogs have been in a basketball game in the first half. At some point, you need a challenge, especially before you get into the playoffs, because they haven't been in a game in a long time.
Yeah, aside from maybe Bells, I guess, could be the only one you could look at. But yeah, you would like to have a nice little warm up here before you enter into postseason play. And two, think about listen to some of the audio that you sent us with Coach Lands. He talks defensively. That's kind of what they hang their hat on here, is this defense here for the Lady Bulldogs, and be able to have Jenna Honore, having Sierra Copeland and Allie Harvey down in the paint. That's going to be interesting to watch to see how they play defensively. They can put up points too offensively as well.
Starters tonight for Bonham will be Emma Bounds, a senior, and it is senior night here in Bonham. Journey Shellman will start, as well as Carson Hemby, Hannah Worley, and Chrissy Hemby is a junior. So Hemby the junior, Worley the senior, Carson Hemby the senior, and Journey Shellman the junior, and Emma Bounds the senior. So those will be your starters for Bonham tonight. For the Lady Bulldogs, one would imagine same old. Jenna Honore, Cassidy Anderson, Allie Harvey, Molly Wilson, and Sierra Copeland. You would imagine, but we don't know. If you hear in the background the familiar voice of Randy Pendergrass, the PA voice over here in Bonham, Texas. And we're just about ready for the national anthem, and we'll do that right now. We will let you listen to that. So we mentioned Randy Pendergrass, the PA voice here in Bonham. We talked to Coach Lands prior to the game, and Coach Lands had no idea Mr. Pendergrass over here was a great athlete in Bonham, one of the fastest running backs, so says Coach Lands. They're being introduced right now, Jenna Honore and Cassidy Anderson. Molly Wilson being introduced.
And coach, number 21, junior, Sierra Copeland.
And there's Sierra Copeland.
And forward, number 24, senior Allie Harvey.
And Allie Harvey. I'm going to see if Justin can keep score for us tonight on the scoreboard. I haven't asked him yet. Maybe we can do that. And now we'll get the starting lineup for the home team, the Bonham Lady Warriors.
Starting at guard, number 21, junior Journey Shelman.
And you can hear that. That's the junior, Journey Shelman.
Guard, number 24, junior Kiersey Hemby.
Kiersey Hemby, the junior, will start. Number 24.
Number 23, senior Hannah Worley.
Hannah Worley, the senior.
And forward, number 22, senior Carson
And
Hemby.
Carson Hemby, the senior, will get the start tonight.
And guard, number 10, senior Emma Bounds.
And number 10, the senior Emma Bounds on senior night. It's Scott Billy's first year as head coach of the Bonham Lady Warriors, and looking for bigger and better things as he builds this program. It's going to be, one would think, when you only have eight players in high school that come out for basketball, hey, the arrow's got to be pointed up, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's all you can do is go up, and with 8 players, yeah, that's everybody's got to dig deep, condition-wise.
So let me scoot this to you, and if you'll remember, I think you've done this once before.
I don't know if I have.
No? Okay. Howe, Bonham.
All right.
We'll see how this goes. And looks like we're ready for tip-off. Allie Harvey is going to be tipping off against Carson Hemby here to start this game. And the ball is up in the air, and Harvey slings it over to Molly Wilson, who tries to save it as it was going out of bounds, but Jenna Honore picks it up in the backcourt. She'll dribble straight up the middle in the black jerseys, coming right side, right down the lane, and it's going to be out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Bonham. Howe will retain possession. We're just underway, 7:50 on the clock here in the first quarter, no score. Molly Wilson to inbounds, looking for Harvey. Now has to break away, looking for somewhere to go. Harvey finally has it. Inside, Sierra Copeland turns around, ball fake, up, no good, off the front of the rim, gets her own rebound, puts it up, and that one does go in. So a rebound and 2 points for Sierra Copeland to start the game, and Howe leads 2-0 here in the beginning. So now it's Kiersey Hemby now down in the corner, bringing it up top is Shellman. And now at the very top to Emma Bounds, dribbling right-handed, picks it up, throws it to the left wing. Now over in left corner, dribbling to the back. It has it taken away, and they're going to call a jump ball. A nice defensive play there by Molly Wilson to tie up the ball. And I thought for a moment she was just going to take it away, Justin.
Good job there by Wilson. Sierra Copeland gambled there on the pass, but good job there by Wilson, kind of playing safety back there with the help.
Inbound by the Lady Warriors. A nice move to the baseline. Shot no good. Rebounded by Honore. Now to Harvey, dribbling right down the right side of the lane. Dribbles 3 times, pulls up, knocks it down. 4-0. Howe in the lead as the Twin Towers, Copeland and Harvey, get on the board first. Bonham left wing now in the corner. Bonham with the white jerseys and white numbers outlined in purple. Not the easiest to see. Now back out right side to Shellman. Stolen away by Honore. Kicks it out, Molly Wilson. She's dribbling left, dribbling right, dribbling left, dribbling right. Top of the key, looking inside. She's going to shoot the 3 off the back of the rim. No good. And it's going to be rebounded by Cassidy Anderson. Wilson, long pass. And now another long pass underneath to Cassidy Anderson off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Copeland, but she has it stripped away from her by Carson Hemby, who's dribbling up the other side of the court. Now to Emma Bounds, who has it tied up, I believe, by Honore.
I like that by Molly Wilson down on that break there. Took her time coming down, surveyed the court. Felt that she had a good shot there and came up short there, but I like the way she led the break.
Again, Howe in black tops and black bottoms with Howe on the chest, white numbers outlined in gray. Allie Harvey with the ball, top of the key. Over her head, pass to Anderson for three, right wing, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Molly Wilson, who dribbles out a little bit. Now underneath to Anderson, who puts it up on the layup, no good. It goes off of Sierra Copeland's hand, out of bounds, and Bonham will have possession. No, actually, Howe will have possession here, as Wilson will inbound. Cut in the middle of the lane is Harvey and Anderson. Underneath to Harvey, that one's good. 6-0, Howe in the lead, 5:51 here in the first. Quick pass out underneath to Kiersey Hemby. And Hemby over to the left wing. Left wing is sister Carson Hemby. And now Shellman. Underneath, dribbling to the right side, has it blocked away by Harvey, who picks it up and takes it the other way, dribbling left-handed now. Anderson underneath, good pass by Harvey, and Anderson will put it in. First person to make points tonight other than Harvey and Copeland. 8-0 Howe in the lead, 5:16 left to go in the first.
Good find by Harvey on the fast break down there to get it down to Anderson.
Bounds now over in the corner to Hemby. Back up top, Hemby now to Shellman. Shellman very top of the key. Back over to Hemby. To Bounds. Good ball rotation, back to Hemby. Now underneath, a nice ball fake by Worley, puts it up left-handed, that's no good, off the rim, and it's going to be a fight for it, and Molly Wilson's going to come up with it. Looking for somewhere to go with the ball, and she finally finds Jenna Honore deep down the court to Harvey, underneath. Sierra Copeland turns around, puts it up, and is fouled, and the bucket is good.
From one post player to the other, Allie Harvey out on the outside, find Copeland, had good position down on the left block, and then we'll just make a move right in the lane and put it in for the chance for a three-point play.
I'll try to help you out when I can. 10-0 as Sierra Copeland goes to the line, 4:36 here in the first. And again, we mentioned that Howe shut out Bonham in the first period the last game. Here it is, 10-0. Rebounded on the miss by, I believe that is Adriana Edwards, and the ball is going to be turned over by Bonham, or they're going to retain possession at the other end.
They'll stay with Bonham.
So Carson Hemby to throw the ball in, looking for somewhere to go, covered up well by Howe, and finally they're going to call 5 seconds, nowhere to go with the ball. Howe's going to have possession here. Carson Hemby looked for somewhere, and Howe was just covering everybody up.
Well, credit to Sierra Copeland. Had those long, outstretched arms to kind of deter the vision there of Hemby.
Harvey deep down the court. Inside pass to Copeland, up, and that one is good. She's fouled again. Again, it's Harvey with the great pass.
Nice little pick and roll there from Copeland or Harvey to Copeland.
That's Harvey's third assist of the game already.
Impressive for the post. 6'2", Sierra Copeland and Allie Harvey. The shot is off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Anderson, put back up. It misses, and it's going to be saved by Bonham, who gives it to Honore. Now in the quarter, Anderson off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Harvey, puts it up, that's no good. Rebounded by Copeland, puts it up, that's no good. Finally rebounded by Shellman of Bonham. Here they go down the other side of the court. 4:06 on the clock. Howe leads 12-0. Deep in the corner, Bonham looking for their first points, off the front of the rim, no good. And it goes out of bounds, and Howe looks like they're going to retain, no, Bonham's going to retain possession, but a foul is called. And I didn't see who that was on.
Looked like it was on Allie Harvey.
So 3:59 on the first quarter clock, 12-0, Howe in the lead. Hemby to inbound, she does. And now Shellman has it at the top of the key. Right-handed dribbling, now throws underneath, making a move and backed out of the elbow. And now back to Shellman. Dribbling to the top of the key, guarded by Molly Wilson. Now over to Kiersey Hemby, who dribbles left-handed to the middle of the lane and has it stolen away by Anderson, who dribbles right-handed, deep long pass to Copeland in the middle of the lane, puts it up. That one is good. And Copeland scores again.
8 points for Sierra Copeland so far.
3:20 on the clock here in the first. This is Shellman, top of the key, guarded by Wilson. Wilson is the unheralded Lady Bulldog. Never gets a lot of credit, but she is solid defensively. the epitome of the role player. And here's a move inside, blocked by Harvey. They're going to call the foul as Adriana Edwards made a play to the bucket. And Harvey looked like to have a clean block from behind, but they called it.
Harvey had her hands straight up as Edwards went up for the shot there. I thought she had gotten all ball on that one, maybe got a little wrist in there, I think the officials thought. And Edwards go to the line, chance for the Lady Warriors to get on the scoreboard here.
Well, the scoreboard says that Allie Harvey now has her first foul. So apparently a moment ago it was not Harvey with the foul. There's 2:58 on the clock here in the first. 14-0, Howe in the lead, and a mass substitution just took place. Trinity Williams into the game, and Grogan into the game. Katie Grogan into the game, and a timeout's been called. 2:58 on the clock, and there's your first bucket from Bonham, 14-1.
Well, still defensively, I think that the Lady Bulldogs have played well. Offensively, they've done a great job. I don't know if I guess we're not keeping rebound stats, but offensively, the Bulldogs have been able to get several offensive boards, just hadn't been able to convert when they get the rebound.
6 offensive boards so far for the Lady Bulldogs.
Okay.
Impressive. Just impressive. Just impressive.
And the ability they have to play inside out, have Cassidy Anderson, who can shoot the ball from the outside, kind of the sharpshooter for this team. And then again, as we talked about earlier with Sierra Copeland and Allie Harvey down there in the paint. And then you're bringing in Trinity Williams, who can also contribute.
You know, talking about Anderson, she didn't start off as the same as a year ago when she was just on fire. But for the past 2 weeks, it's been that last year's Cassidy Anderson. She's just been dropping threes everywhere and getting up to 18 points a couple of times recently. And here's a deep pass by Katie Grogan to Honore, right-handed, right part of the lane. Trinity Williams is going to now kick it out, and she's got Katie Grogan top of the key. Over to Honore, very top of the key. A pass inside for Sierra Copeland. She's able to get it, but has to pass it back out to Katie Grogan, but it goes off of Bonham. But Bonham's going to have possession here. We got a pretty good look at that one.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah. About to get up close and personal here with right here at courtside.
So here's Kersey Hemby passing it in to Emma Bounds. And Bounds, the senior, will dribble right-handed now in the corner to Edwards. Top of the key, and now back to Hemby. Now in the corner to Bounds again. Back up top, Edwards. Looking inside, knocked away by Copeland, but Bonham's able to retain possession with Worley. And now top of the key to Bounds. 2:15 on the clock here in the first. And just a lot of perimeter ball action. Nobody's really trying to penetrate for the Lady Warriors. Edwards has it right wing. Now somebody does try to penetrate, and that was Bounds, but it was a pass that she had to go down for, but a foul has been called against Howe.
I'll give credit to the Lady Warriors. They're trying to move the ball around the perimeter. There's just not a lot of openings there. The Lady Bulldogs are quick to defend and able to kind of knock off passing, cut off passing lanes.
Honore called for the foul. 2:01 on the clock here in the first. Lady Warriors inbounds, and that's Worley dribbling left-handed towards the middle of the lane, back out to Edwards, top of the key. Now left wing. And that's Hemby. Now way across to Worley, right wing. She's going to drive the baseline, now kicks it out. Cut off by Landry Sanders. And now up top, pass underneath. Nowhere to go thanks to Sierra Copeland. And now finally dribbling, and Sierra Copeland just knocks it away. Swat like a gnat.
Sierra Copeland was just a wall of defense there. I mean, whoever that was that had nowhere to go, and Sierra Copeland did a good job of holding her ground.
Quick inbounds, quick shot by Worley, no good. Rebounded by Katie Grogan for a moment. Copeland goes down for the loose ball, and now it ends up in Edwards' hands, and now in Bounds' hands to the right lane. And now Hemby back up to Edwards, top of the key. Long shot, not a three, but off the left side of the rim, and no good. Rebounded by Trinity Williams. She's going to take it and now pull up just shy of the line. Dribbling right-handed at the right elbow, just above the right elbow. Looking for somewhere to go with the ball. Now in the corner to Sanders. Underneath, Sierra Copeland turns around. Ball fake over across to Grogan. Now Trinity Williams shoots at the top of the key, and that's a three from the right wing. And Williams kicks the Lady Bulldogs score on up to 17-1.
They double teamed Copeland down there, and they rotated the ball around and found Trinity Williams open top of the key, and she was able to drain the three, make him pay.
Hemby to Edwards to Worley underneath, and that ball's almost knocked away by Honor Ray, and she's going to be called for the foul right behind the high post there, Cameron Person, the sophomore. As Person did not handle the ball very well, and right behind her was Honor Ray to knock the ball away, but she got the foul call, her second. Quick inbound from Hemby to Worley, top of the key, now right wing to Bounds, top of the key. Hemby, now Worley drives to the middle, and now Edwards top of the key, guarded by Trinity Williams. Edwards left side to Worley, thinks about driving, left-handed, spins, goes to the free throw line, now kicks it back out to Hemby, now back out again. They're working the perimeter, and now inside, and stolen away by Katie Grogan. Williams ends up with it back to Grogan. Looking inside to Copeland, but Landry Sanders is going to shoot one of the longest threes as time expires. That one was from way downtown and just off the front of the rim.
Shot that from the football field, but needed to as time was expiring, and almost able to get that to go in.
So that is the end of the first. We're going to take a quick timeout, let you listen to see who our sponsors are. We'll be right back right after this.
Howe Bulldogs basketball night in Texas is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torch Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Well, we're about to start the second quarter. Howe all over Bonham, 17-1 here. And we were talking during the break about the upcoming district championship. That's, right now it's tied. Howe and Bells, they've split both games in the district. They've decided to flip a coin to see who will advance. And Coach Land says really either way in the bracket's about the same. So risking injury is not something Howe wants to do right before the playoffs. So here we are with Bonham and Worley and Hemby in the corner, guarded by Anderson. Up top to Bounds. Now Edwards right wing over left side, and now Worley. And now in the corner to Bounds. Bounds will dribble out, and now up top underneath, guarded by Allie Harvey, and Edwards up top. Again, a lot of perimeter action, a lot of passing around, but not able to penetrate the lane. And trying to penetrate the lane right here is Hemby, and a blocking foul, or is she getting, no, there's a moving screen, I guess.
Okay, yeah. They're on, let's see who that was on there.
So a baseball pass by Molly Wilson on the inbounds to Allie Harvey underneath to Cassidy Anderson. A nice pass, but backed out to Landry Sanders. Left wing, ball over her head, and she has it stolen away for a moment. She's able to get it back, but she throws it away. And it's Hemby dribbling left-handed down the court, and she puts it up left-handed on the layup, and that one's good. And Bonham now with 3 points with 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter. And a quick foul has been called against the Lady Bulldogs.
One of the few times we've seen the Lady Bulldogs turn it over on offense, and Carson Hemby did a good job of reading the passing lane and taking it all the way to the bucket.
A bad couple of seconds for Landry Sanders as she threw the ball away. The person that stole it scored, and she ended up with the foul right there. 6:59 on the clock. And some substitutions for Bonham, as coming out of the game is Edwards and the sophomore Person. There's the rebound by Williams for Howe, and she'll dribble right-handed, a bounce pass to Wilson in the middle of the court. Now to Allie Harvey, left wing. Wilson top of the key. Ball over her head, looking for somewhere to go. Has Williams right wing. And Williams back to Wilson. In the corner to Harvey, who drives through the lane, puts it up on the layup, off the glass, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Landry Sanders. She puts it up off the back of the rim, that's no good. Rebounded by Shellman of Bonham. She's trapped, and the ball stolen away by Anderson, who takes it right to the bucket, up for it, and then off the left side of the rim, and no good, but she does draw the foul, and she'll shoot right here.
Good job when Shellman got the rebound, good job by Sanders and Anderson there to trap her right there in the corner where she had nowhere to go and do it without fouling and able to force the turnover, and Anderson takes it straight to the bucket and draws the foul.
17-4, our score right now as Anderson nails that one on the front end, 18-4. 6:25 here in the second quarter. Lady Bulldogs in the lead at Bonham. Anderson dribbles 3 times, puts it up, right-handed shooter. That one nothing but net, 19-4. As it's inbounded by Carson Hemby, dribbled down by Kersey Hemby. She'll pass to Shellman, now in the middle to Worley, high post, dribbles left-handed, ball fake, turnaround shot off the right side of the rim, no good, rebounded by Anderson. Anderson bringing it down by herself, top of the key, right-handed dribbling, thought about shooting it, over to Williams. Anderson with the deep bomb off the back of the rim, rebounded by Harvey. Throws it, saves it. Anderson underneath off the back of the rim and rolls in. That was a toilet bowl.
It went all around.
It just rolled around. And Anderson with another bucket, 21-4, 5:44 here in the second. Hemby, left wing to Bounds, now in the corner. Now Shellman left wing. Right wing to Hemby, to her sister Hemby. Now high post Worley makes a move on Harvey, who almost stole the ball away, but it goes up to Bounds, and now back to Shellman. There was a Shellman that was a really good football player a few years for Bonham. Remember that. Driving the lanes is Bounds, but it goes off of her leg. She has to dive for it, and a traveling call against Bonham, and Howe will have it with 5:05 left in the second, up 21-4. We talked to, speaking of football, head coach Bill Jailing before the game, and he said he'd stop by at halftime to talk to us a little bit about the district and Mount Briles, if you will. So here's Katie Grogan dribbling up to Sierra Copeland, top of the key, makes a move, and she's going to be called for the travel. So, oh, sure, I saw that correctly. I'm not going to argue it, but that was, don't know. Inbound, I mean, that's, you know, when you're up 21-4.
Not a lot you can argue with right now, I guess.
So Bounds will bring it up the court, and she'll kick it over to Shellman, who looks right wing. And that's a new player into the game, which is Brianna Rodriguez, who passes it out, and now it ends up in the hands of Rodriguez again, left wing underneath. A nice pass by Rodriguez, but the ball on the layup is no good by Hemby, but it does go out of bounds, and Bonham retains possession. We have a walkthrough here by Jake Faubacher, who's not playing tonight for the Howe Bulldogs, injured wrist, so he will not play tonight or the rest of the season. Got a big brace on that thing as he stops by the booth here. Here's Bounds, top of the key. And a nice pass underneath, quickly up, but no good. Rebounded by Trinity Williams, who looks down the court, dribbles right-handed, and she'll bring it up herself, looking for Copeland. Now kicks it out in the corner for Anderson, who drives the bucket. Now pass underneath, Sierra Copeland is fouled. And she'll shoot.
Good job there by Anderson. Drove baseline, sucked in the defense, and then able to dish off to Copeland. And Copeland, when you get the ball to her that close to the cup, it's going to be hard to stop her. She's able to draw the foul and go to the charity stripe.
Copeland on the front end is off the front end of the rim. As Faubacher steps over here and says the injury to Faubacher is a big loss for the team. Copeland's second shot is also off the front of the rim, and that one's rebounded by Hemby, who kicks it out to Bounds, dribbling on the right side of the court, right-handed, guarded by Molly Wilson. Nice defense there. Hands and arms all over the place, and finally Rodriguez is able to come up with it, top of the key. Hemby now over to the right side. Shellman, top of the key, guarded by Katie Grogan. Edwards with a nice pick, but the shot is off the back of the rim and no good. Rebounded by Williams. 3:39 on the clock. 21-4 our score and Williams looks at the top of the key, thought for a shot for the moment. Katie Grogan, a pass underneath to Anderson, turns around, puts it up left-handed. That one's no good. She gets the rebound, though, turns around and has it swatted away from her. And Rodriguez ends up with it, and I think Anderson's going to end up with a foul call here. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, she headed to the bucket, missed a couple of shots, and then ball got knocked loose, and then in frustration, I think, trying to get the ball back, got called for a foul.
So it'll be Hemby to inbound here to Bounds as Edwards checks out of the game, and back into the game is the sophomore Cameron Percy. So Hemby inbounds right here to Bounds, who will dribble it up on the right side of the court, guarded by Molly Wilson. Wilson about 10 feet away from her, giving her plenty of distance as Shellman now has the top of the key. Makes a move on Katie Grogan, but goes back to the top of the court. Dribbling right-handed. Grogan are surrounding her, and now a pass out to, that is going to be Person in the corner. Dribbles right-handed. Now outside to Rodriguez, deep in the corner. Rodriguez kicks it out to Shellman. Again, a lot of ball movement around the perimeter, but not much inside. Howe has that surrounded. Sierra Copeland, top of the key on the defense. You don't see that a whole lot. But now in the corner to Bounds, now up top to Shellman. Shellman guarded by Grogan, top of the key. Dribbling right-handed, looking for somewhere to pass the ball, and a cut through the middle of the lane was nicely done by Hemby, but she misses a layup. Bonham ends up with the ball again, and now in trouble as Person kicks it out to Shellman. Now in the corner to Hemby again. Back out to Shellman. Just playing catch, and now Shellman runs to the lane, puts it up, and it's blocked away by Katie Grogan. And Bonham will retain possession as it goes off of Grogan. And now mass substitution for Howe, or a timeout's been called.
I think it's a timeout called.
So we go ahead.
I'll say Lady Warriors have had some good looks there on some backdoor cuts, some cuts to the basket there, but just hadn't been able to convert those up close chippies there around the basket. So those are some missed points they've left out on the floor.
We've got the Blizzard, Blake Burnett, with us tonight. What's the difference in this game so far tonight, Blake?
On the defensive end, Howe's just making them play on the perimeter, and they're not getting no looks inside. The backdoor cuts are there, like Justin said. They're just not taking advantage of it. Bonham isn't.
2:12 on the clock before the half, Justin.
And kind of piggyback what he said. Yeah, I noticed that they're playing. Lady Bulldogs are playing for them to drive, and Warriors are not. They're not trying to shoot the ball. They've got plenty of space between them. The Lady Bulldogs are like daring them to drive into the basket. They're not respecting the outside shot, and Lady Warriors haven't tried to shoot a three, I don't think, tonight, or at least not very many to be able to convert. And so they're just kind of playing to the Lady Bulldogs' hands right now.
So Bonham coming out of the timeout here, trailing 21-4 to Howe. 2:12 on the clock, and inbound to Shellman. Now to Bounds, top of the key. Now right side to Rodriguez. Rodriguez back to Shellman, top of the key, guarded by Katie Grogan. Again, Bonham in all white shorts and tops. White numbers outlined in purple, not easy to see. Shellman with the ball, top of the key, guarded by Grogan. Quick feet by Grogan. She had an ankle injury earlier in the season, but she looks to be fully recovered by her actions there. Guarded by Wilson is Bounds, top of the key. Now she dribbles a little bit to the right wing, in the corner to Rodriguez, who will dribble from the corner up to the left wing, or right wing rather. And now out to Hemby. Underneath, stolen by Sierra Copeland. Dribbling right-handed down the court, turns around, wants some time, and now dribbles back up, top of the key. Looks to drive her all the way down the middle of the lane, puts it up, off the rim, off the glass, off the rim, and good. 23-4, 1:15 left to go before the half. Bounds quickly down the court, in the corner to Rodriguez. Up top to Hemby, and now Shellman left wing. And now Bounds thought about shooting the three, guarded by Wilson, but she kicks it out right side to Rodriguez in the corner, has it bounce away from her, and stolen away by Landry Sanders into the game. Dribbling left-handed down the left side. A jump pass to Grogan, a nice pass underneath to Williams, who puts it up. That was pretty. 25-4. Howe in the lead, under a minute left to go before the half.
That's how you convert a fast break there. Pass the ball, spread around, find the open man down below the basket.
Rodriguez on the right wing looking underneath and has Persons, and it goes off of Sierra Copeland out of bounds. And Bonham will retain possession. Edwards checks into the game, and Peyton Ford checks into the game for Howe. First time we've seen her tonight on the floor. 32 seconds left to go before the half. Howe leading 25-4. Bonham to inbound here. Quick out to Shellman, who dribbles right-handed on the right wing, out to bounds, left corner, or left wing rather. Edwards drives left-handed, puts it up left-handed, in the bucket left-handed. 22 seconds on the clock, and it's 25-6. Wilson dribbles down the court. Right, now left. Turns around, kicks it to Grogan, to Williams. From the elbow, left-handed off the front of the rim, no good. She gets her own rebound and out swatted away. Looking for somewhere to go up with it, and it's going to be a foul on the floor, I guess, which will be on. Who was that on? Shellman?
I believe
it is Shellman, and Wilson will inbound here. 2.5 seconds on the clock. Quickly to Ford. Ford trying to get away. Underhand shot off the glass. No good.
A granny shot from the left wing.
It was granny time in Texas. And Howe leads 25-6 at the end of the second quarter, and we go to the half. And Howe, once again, has not been in a first half contest in a very long time.
Yeah, they look very sharp there here this first half, offensively and defensively. The Lady Warriors have tried to slow it down on offense, trying to work it around the perimeter, but that really hadn't stopped the Lady Bulldogs from, when they get the ball offensively, they just go straight to the basket, attack the basket, and be aggressive there in the paint.
Well, while speaking of slowing it down, we're going to allow the Blizzard time to catch up and total up his stats and all that stuff. We had a chance to talk to Derek Lands early on, and we'll let him tell you a little bit about his team and what he knows about his team. We'll be right back right after the interview with Coach Lands.
We're at the half, and we had a chance to talk to head coach Derek Lands before the game and asked him a few questions. The first one we asked was about the overall girls basketball program from the middle school to high school standpoint, and how much his wife impacts that process from being the middle school coach.
She does a pretty good, real good job of fundamentals, and if I don't have to work on redoing that when we get up here, it helps. I mean, time constraint, and it helps. So, and I think a lot of it is if you stay somewhere for a while and everybody knows exactly what you're doing and there's not a big change, and we change offenses, yearly, but there's stuff that we ran tonight that Coach K and I ran the first year I was here. So, I mean, it's just they have a large bank of knowledge of what they're doing, and having smart kids makes that easier.
We asked Coach Derek Lands what the 20 wins mean and what the goals are for the 2020 Lady Bulldogs.
We want to go as far as we can go and try to do something we hadn't done. I mean, that's the way it should be. I mean, 20, it's not ever brought up. Because when you look at who we play, I don't know. I wouldn't tell you that we could have got to 20. I mean, if you sit back and look at it, because we played a lot of big schools, and I mean a lot of big quality schools too.
Even a team with 20 wins has things to work on, and we asked Coach Lands what his team needs to work on.
Free throws, and we're really good at it in practice. We're not very good at it during the ball game, and I don't know. That's just something we got to continually work on. I mean, we'll have to dive in get a bag of tricks or something. But it's not that they can't shoot them either. I mean, you can come to practice and you can watch us shoot free throws and we shoot them well. It's just when we get in the ball game, and we've even done it when we've ran and put them on the line, put them on the line. They still make them. But I don't know. It's a mental. It's more mental than it is anything else.
We asked Coach Lands if this was an offensive team or a defensive Lady Bulldog team.
If we play to our capabilities, we can put a lot of points on the board. But that's not what we hang our hat on, though. I mean, defense is what we're. I mean, we work on it, and and we don't have to work on it a whole lot because they're smart about doing it. They've been doing it with each other for a while, and they're really good at helping the helper and stuff like that. So as long as we should be in ball games because we play defense.
Defense, the name of the game, according to Derek Lands and his team, and I think that's pretty accurate. 6 points for Bonham here in the first half. So let's talk some stats to the Blizzard. Blake Burnett, talk to us.
All right, let's jump into this. The Lady Bulldogs are being led on offense tonight by Sierra Copeland, who is 5 of 7 from the field with 10 points. She is 0 of 3 from the free throw line, though. She adds 2 offensive rebounds and 2 defensive rebounds and 2 blocks on the defensive end. Allie Harvey, 2 of 5 from the field for 4 points. She adds 3 assists, 2 offensive rebounds and 1 defensive. Cassidy Anderson, she's 2 of 8 from the field for 4 points. She is 0 of 2 from 3 tonight so far. She's 2 of 2 from the free throw line. She had 3 offensive rebounds and 1 defensive rebound, and she adds 2 steals on defense. Jenna Honore, who has not shot the ball yet tonight, adds 1 assist and 2 steals and has played lockdown defense on Emma Bounce tonight. The thing that scares me, though, that we talked about with the Lady Bulldogs is they haven't had a real test, but in that second quarter, they only outscored Bonham 8-5, and in the first quarter it was 17-1. So that scares me a little bit.
I may go with a little bit of substitution there as maybe the reason. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something on the fly, but you're right. A different second quarter than it was the first for sure. This halftime went by pretty quickly. There's only 2:12, so we'll talk to Coach Jay during the boys' game. Okay. And we'll see if he can talk to us about Mount Vernon and Mineola and Winsboro and all of those 90-mile-an-hour trips that we are going to have to make eventually. The good thing is it's next year we don't have to do it. But if you're in my shoes, I've got a kid coming up who's going to be a freshman next year. So in the scenario that he is a freshman on JV, he travels this year to Mineola, travels to Mount Vernon, travels to Winsboro. And then what happens if he makes varsity his sophomore year?
You'll be making those same trips again.
He gets on the bus again and goes to Winsboro and Mount Vernon and Mineola. So, I told him about that, and he doesn't care. He said, hey, that's what friends are for on the bus.
The Walker Mobile will be getting a lot of miles there. Yeah. Heading down I-30 or wherever.
Trade the F-150 in for a Hyundai or something. I don't know.
I wonder how Coach Jade likes, I'm sure he does, likes having a bye week right there before district starts, as opposed, obviously he does, but that'll be nice to have a little break before you start district.
Yeah, it's better than not having a bye week at all, right? Isn't that what has been the case for the past 2 years? Yeah. You have a bye week, but it's week 10, which doesn't even matter. In that situation. So the Bulldogs have been warming up, and they're coming off the court, and the Lady Bulldogs are just about ready to take the court again. And there's 30 seconds before we see action here in just a moment. We're just about ready for the third quarter here in the Fannin County seat.
Yes.
It won't be long. We'll be in the upper east side of Cook County.
Oh, yeah. Here in about 6 months.
I think someone might be ready already. I've got the itch.
Great.
I've already put together some scene setters, and
I was like, you already had everything ready to go here, and got all our stuff.
Only thing I need is a new crop of sponsors to see how I'm going to work that out, because we think our sponsors are for their football, and they get basketball and everything else that we do as a bonus to that. So we definitely want to thank them for being a part of football and everything else we do. We're so glad to be able to provide different sports for all the kids. We'll do some baseball and softball, perhaps, if we're able to. We hope to do so. Try to do as many playoff games as we can for sure. And here we are back to action. Howe has the ball with Cassidy Anderson at the right wing, underneath to Sierra Copeland, who puts it up off the right side of the rim. No good. She gets her own rebound twice and puts it up for points. 27-6, 7:43 on the clock here in the third. We're just underway.
Lady Bulldogs getting aggressive right out the jump here, going right into Sierra Copeland to go to work.
Shellman up top, and that's going to be to Hemby. And Hemby over to the right side, back to Shellman. Underneath to Bounds, guarded by Harvey, who creates a turnover as an errant pass goes to Cassidy Anderson. Now to Harvey, right side. Jump stop up off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded underneath by Honore, who puts it up and is fouled. And she'll shoot for 2 with Howe leading 27-6.
Allie Harvey missed that little 8-foot jumper there. She can hit that.
Yeah, it was just a little bit too long off the back of the rim.
Yeah.
And here's Honore on the front end. That one is bouncing in. And Howe's up to 28-6, 7:10 on the clock. All of the Lady Bulldogs have retreated back to the near end, as Howe now shooting on the far end. Honore's second shot, nothing but net. 29-6. Lady Bulldogs in the lead. 7:09 left to go here in the third. Bounds dribbling right side, top of the key to Shellman in the corner, who dribbles left-handed back up towards the top and out to the very top to Hemby. Bounds over here in the near corner is going to have it now. Ball over her head, long pass across, and now Shellman thought about shooting to Hemby. Back to Bounds. Bounds going to shoot the 3, and that one's off the side of the backboard. No good. Rebounded by Bounds. She gets her own rebound and kicks it out up top to Hemby. Smiled a little bit as she got her own rebound that went off the side of the backboard there. All smiles from Bounds. And Hemby now, right baseball pass, right-handed to the top of the key to Shellman. 6:29 on the clock. Shellman fakes left, throws right, now in the corner. Bounds, right side corner, up top, swinging around the perimeter. Hemby back to Shellman. Shellman fakes underneath, throws it underneath, and that's Worley who has to go away from her, and Cassidy Anderson ends it up with the ball as it went through Worley's legs, and now Honore dribbles very hard down the right side of the court. She was pounding that basketball into the wood, and it goes out of bounds.
Rare turnover there by Jen Honore on the fast break there.
I think nails were coming up out of the wood. She was dribbling that so hard. 6:01 on the third quarter clock. Howe up 29-6. And Hemby will bring it down, left-handed dribbling. Bounds in the corner. Again, all smiles. And Shellman to Bounds. Thought about the 3. Long pass stolen by Cope. And that one is good, 31-6. Howe extends the lead. 5:31 to go in the third.
I think for the first time tonight, correct me if I'm wrong, Blizzard, but the Lady Bulldogs are in kind of a 3-2 zone here. They've been playing mostly man-to-man here all night long.
Yes, that is correct. They have switched it up on defense a little bit. Maybe to try to force Bonham to take more outside shots.
A kick has been called against Harvey, and Hemby will inbound here.
And I like that about the 3-2 zone. They got Allie Harvey, one of the tallest players on the court, at the top of that zone. Provide some length there for on that defense.
And if you thought it was perimeter time in the first quarter, look at this. It's nothing but perimeter against the zone. Here Edwards tries to drive, puts it up. It's going to be fouled by Sierra Copeland, who makes a face like, you have got to be kidding me. But they say 21 fouled anyway. 4:54 on the third quarter clock. Howe leads 31-6.
I'll give credit to Edwards. She's been one of the rare ones on the Lady Warrior team to go to the basket to try to draw some contact.
Shooting the front end, misses off the back of the rim, and she'll shoot the back end right here. Dribbles twice, shot up, right-handed off front of the rim, no good. Harvey going for it, and a quick try, almost a save by Bonham. And that was the sophomore Persons who was trying to go for the save out of bounds, and she might have bumped her head a little bit right underneath the Blizzard right there.
Right at his footsteps.
You didn't kick her, did you?
No, I didn't kick her.
We wouldn't have been able to see if you did.
I saw her go down right underneath the table, and Here's a ball by Harvey. Up and good off the glass. A nice pass inside. And Howe extends the lead 33-6. The Twin Towers having a great game tonight. In to the elbow to Person, the sophomore, now out to Shellman, top the key. Lob pass to Hemby, and now in the corner to Bounds. Left wing, right wing to Shellman, guarded by Wilson and Edwards. A quick pass underneath to the sophomore Person, puts it up, and it's just taken away by Copeland. She just took it away. She took it away, and now she's dribbling right-handed down the lane, and I believe a foul is going to be called against Person, who just about took her legs out there.
Sarah Copeland took the ball away on a steal and then drove it coast to coast. I'm not sure she even thought about passing. I think she was going to take that right to the cup.
And the Twin Towers will check out. Honore and Wilson will check out. Into the game is Peyton Ford, Trinity Williams, Katie Grogan, Landry Sanders. So Cassidy Anderson, the only starter remaining on the floor. Quick pass inside to Ford, who got the ball, thought about going up with it, but the ball is tied by Bounds. So Bonham will have possession with 4:01 in the third. Howe up 33-6. Again, Howe 24-6 on the season, looking for win number 25.
Let's see what they do on defense here with Harvey and Copeland on the bench. Looks like they're going to still stay in that 3-2 zone, I guess that is, 1-2-2 zone. Peyton Ford at the top of that zone.
Ford at the very top, you're right. Quick feet, inside Worley from the free throw line, misses it off the right side of the rim, rebounded by Landry Sanders. Dribbling straight up the floor by Katie Grogan. Right-handed, stops at the right wing underneath Cassidy Anderson, looks to go underneath, picks it, kicks it out to Williams, shoots it, follows her shot, no need. Right in there for three, 36-3, as Williams drains it. Now in the corner to Rodriguez, and now up top to Hemby. Quickly around the horn. Hemby underneath, Worley, guarded by Anderson, guarded by Williams, and Anderson's just going to take it away. And she'll dribble right-handed down the right side of the court. Anderson in the corner. Peyton Ford shoots it, not granny style this time, but it's airballed. Rebounded by Williams, puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Williams again, puts it up. That one is good. And Howe's got 40, and Bonham's got 6. We're at the 2:53 mark here in the third. Pass to Rodriguez here in the near corner. Now up top to Hemby. Now to Hemby again. Now Rodriguez shoots the three from the corner. That one off the backside of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Sanders. She loses it for a moment, but it goes to Peyton Ford. And she'll dribble left-handed. Now right-handed. Peyton Ford, a Texas Tech fan. She's got her guns up. Now she throws it out to Katie Wilson. Now to Cassidy Anderson underneath. Knocked away. And Shellman knocked it away. I'm not sure if she got a foul called, but could have been.
I don't think so. I think it was just knocked away. So and Anderson's going to take a seat. Molly Wilson back in.
Sanders to inbound, looking for Wilson. Wilson breaks to the right side, nothing there. Still looking. Now she throws it out. Williams, it goes off of her. Ends up by Peyton Ford, but she has it tied up again. And this time Worley is the one who ties it up, and Howe will have possession. So this time Wilson, who normally inbounds, will go to the inbound position. A box formation on inbounds. 2 on the elbow, 2 on the box. They cut from side to side, looking for somewhere to go. Wilson finally kicks it out to Williams. In the corner for 3, puts it up. That one is good. And Williams with her third, I believe, three-pointer of the night.
She's 3 of 3 from 3 tonight.
Trace. Swing pass. Rodriguez wants to shoot the 3. That one is apparently 2. Her toes were on the line. So Rodriguez drains it from nearly 3. It's 41-8. Howe in the lead. We're just under 2 minutes here in the third. Katie Grogan looking for Wilson left wing. Wilson dribbles one time to the top of the key to Williams, who dribbles against Edwards and now backs up for a little bit. Right-handed dribbling to the corner, and a blocking foul has been called against Howe and against Katie Grogan. Moving screen for
Yeah, they could move the screen there. Try to screen Edwards. Williams, I'm not surprised, 3 for 3 from 3. She's the leads the team in three-point percentage, 32%.
Carson Grogan, brother, not able to be with us tonight. And here is Hemby, and now Rodriguez again from the corner. That one no good. She dives to block it away, and it ends up in the hands of Katie Grogan. Quick pass underneath to Landry Sanders. It was a nice pass. Sanders couldn't handle it cleanly, but she does go up for the shot off the front of the rim and no good. And Bonham comes down, and here's Bounds going from one side of the court to the other. Kicks it out to Shellman in the corner and back out to Bounds. Now a wide open three is Hemby, and that is the senior Carson Hemby who drains it 41-11, and we're under a minute here in the third. Katie Grogan brings it up the middle of the court, guarded by Rodriguez. Takes one step, picks up her dribble, looking for somewhere to go. She finds Sanders left wing now in the corner to Molly Wilson. Wilson with the ball above her head, takes off for a second, thought about the baseline, now up top to Williams, now underneath, and she's fouled, going up for a left-handed layup.
I like that Trinity Williams showing some aggressiveness. They got the ball kind of on the run, and she was cut to the basket, able to take it and draw the foul.
Smoothly walking into the gymnasium is Clay Wilson, the middle school principal, and he'll walk his way up halfway in the bleachers. Gives a good wink and nod to the superintendent, Kevin Wilson. That Clay Wilson is a funny guy. Here is Williams, who extends Howe's lead to 43-11 after the free throws. Shellman up top, now in the corner to Bounds, who drives right around Molly Wilson and draws the foul on Wilson, as Wilson did not cut off the baseline there. Bounds went right around her, and even worse is Wilson got called for the foul.
We're trying to show a little bit of aggressiveness here, trying to drive to the basket, not settling for outside shots.
Bounds inbounds. Rodriguez, a high arching shot, rebounded by Williams, guarded by Hemby. Williams pushes off a little bit, no call there. Williams will dribble down right-handed, crosses the line, right wing, 5-4, 3, 2, 1. She puts it up from the middle of the free throw lane and nails it. Drill time. 45-11, and it's Trinity Williams' show here in the third quarter.
Man, held it at the top of the key, waited for her opportunity, and fell forward and able to push it in.
I didn't think she was going to have time.
I didn't either.
The clock kept rolling. She kept dribbling, and all of a sudden turned around, spun, shot at the free throw line, nothing but net. Had it all along. Nothing to fret about.
Trinity had 12 points that quarter.
Wow.
Does she have 17 total? Is my math correct? I'll put you on the spot here. I think it is.
Yes, 17 total.
Okay. She leads the team, 17 points.
She also leads the team in rebounds with 7.
Williams, wow, what a game for Williams. That's the future right there, right?
Sophomore, right?
That's right. Yeah. 45-11. We are here in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a quick timeout. Let's listen to our sponsors. We'll be right back right after this.
Howe Bulldogs basketball night in Texas is brought to you by
Sonic of Howe, Scoggins Funeral Home, Attorney Micah Belden, Bucks North Barbecue, Techway, and Meacham State Farm, Knight Furniture, Independent Bank, Star Auto Body, Torque Plumbing, Family Attorney Kimberly Killebrew, Juan Enciso Farmers Insurance, GCEC, FBC Howe, the Howe Athletic Booster Club, Summit Media Service, Baker AC and Heating, Pitt Exteriors.
Now, let's go courtside with Monty Walker and Justin White.
Back to action as Bonham inbounds here to start the fourth. Shellman has it right wing, guarded by Landry Sanders. Now in the corner, back up top to Shellman. Dribbles closely to the ground for a moment, shuffling between hands, and now up top to Hemby. Now back in the hands of Shellman. Trying to make a move on underneath to Edwards, and Edwards just has the ball stolen away by Trinity Williams, the player of the game so far. And here's Edwards, who steals the ball away from Ford. A nice pass over to Bounds, but Bounds tries to pass it back to her. It goes off the foot of her teammate and out of bounds, and Howe will have possession. And Coach Scott Billy says, hey, just shoot that. Just shoot that. Go up with the ball.
Yeah, maybe one too many passes on that fast break there.
7:24 in the fourth. Howe leads 45-11. And a wince from Scott. I'll tell you what, this is one of the best dress coaches we've seen. Back in the old days when everybody wore the suit and tie in basketball, it's kind of drifting away. That was the thing to do for many, many, many years, and you still see Mike Zagleski doing that. You see a lot of coaches doing that. Derek Lands, of course, he ditched that many years ago. He's got the polo jacket. A lot of times has the long sleeve look.
It's hot in here, though.
Here's a long shot by Rodriguez, who goes a little wide. And Katie Grogan ends up with it down to Sierra Copeland off the back of the glass. That one hits the net and is good, 47-11. 7:03. Bounds has it right here. And now to Shellman. Now to Hemby. A baseball pass to Rodriguez near corner off the back of the rim. Rebounded by Katie Grogan. Left-handed dribbling. Guarded by Rodriguez. Edwards runs into her, and I think Edwards is going to get the foul call against her here.
Rodriguez for the Lady Warriors, she kind of stays camped out around this corner over here, right inside the three-point line, maybe a little bit outside. She's not afraid to pull the trigger there.
6:46 remaining in the game, 47-11. Yeah, Lady Bulldogs all over the Lady Warriors here in the Fannin County seat. Here's a pass by Sanders on the inbounds, intercepted by Edwards. Out to Worley. They'll dribble left wing and now kick it out up top. Back in the hands of Hemby now. Left wing, Worley, and just off the back of the glass, or back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Katie Grogan to Trinity Williams. Williams will bring it down now over to Grogan. She'll just bounce dribble it to her. Grogan, a quick pass back to Williams, left wing. Ball over her head, looking for somewhere to go. And now a long pass right wing to Grogan. Sierra Copeland sets a screen, but Williams has it top of the key, looking for somewhere to go. Dribbles left-handed, deeper in the wing. And now Sanders moves to set a screen, and the ball is stolen away on the pass to Sanders. And it's going to be Hemby to Bounds on the layup, and that one is good. A right-handed layup from the left side. Sanders looks for somewhere to go. She finds Peyton Ford. Under 6 minutes to go in the game, and Katie Grogan has it dribbling left-handed up to the left wing. A high pass to Sierra Copeland. Has a ball fake, but it's stolen away by Hemby. The senior Hemby passes to Bounds. This one a left-handed layup from the left side. And all of a sudden, Bonham with 15 points here in the fourth. It's 47-15, 5:24 left to go in the game.
Back-to-back forced turnovers by the Lady Warriors, and they're kind of playing a little bit three-quarter court, full court defense here.
And Bounds with back-to-back layups, one right-handed on the left side of the glass and one left-handed on the left side of the glass. So a stop and play as Howe has the ball to inbound on the far side of the court as Sanders inbounds to Peyton Ford. Guarded by Bounds as Ford dribbles low to the floor. Sanders on the baseline, dribbles once, picks it up underneath to Williams, off the glass, it rolls in. Williams with a monster game, 49-15. Howe in the lead with 5:04 left.
Good find there by Sanders as Williams was cutting to the basket.
Passing around the perimeter, Bounds has it in the corner, guarded by Molly Wilson. Now Worley on the left wing. Shellman back and forth. Shellman over her head, back in the corner to Hemby, back to Shellman. Long pass to Bounds, and Wilson was quickly there. Wilson quickly working about a 10-feet area, back to back. And now a pass underneath. It's going to be stolen away by guess who? Trinity Williams. And she'll pass out to Molly Wilson. Turns her back to her defender, dribbles right, dribbles left, and now kicks it out to Williams. Very top of the key, guarded by Persons. Sophomore on sophomore right here. And Williams dribbles to the right wing. Wants to pass, and it goes off of a Bonham Lady Warrior and out of bounds, and Howe will retain possession underneath the basket, 49-15.
The Bulldogs trying to be patient there on offense.
Katie Grogan with a 3-bomb from the corner, no good. Rebounded a moment for Williams. It ends up in Grogan's hands to Wilson, back to Grogan. In the corner, behind the 3-point line. She dribbles right, wants to go to the bucket, does, puts it up, off the glass, no good. Rebounded by Grogan, puts it up, no good, but she's fouled.
Grogan again showing some aggressiveness here, going to drive to the basket.
So she'll shoot 2 here with 3:50 left to go in the game as the Howe Bulldogs, the boys come out with a Lopez spinning the ball on his hand, on his finger. It's the Harlem Lopez. So still waiting for Grogan to shoot here. Substitutions, and Howe has retreated. All 4 back here on the near side, and Grogan's shot is no good off the left side of the rim. 3:48 remaining in the game. Howe up 49-15. And now Bounds has it near corner. Shellman underneath the person. Molly Wilson's going to be calling for the foul. The last time Howe played Bonham, it was January the 17th, and it was at Howe. And the Lady Bulldogs walked away with a 66-29 win. That was win number 434 for Derek Lands. A win tonight would be number 440.
Wow.
Most of them coming at Howe, obviously. And here's passing around the perimeter by the Lady Warriors of Bonham. Shellman, they're just playing catch. Now underneath the persons, she'll put it up against Wilson. It's blocked away as Wilson had her arm straight up. No foul call. And now Ford being guarded heavily by Emma Bounds. And the ball is knocked away and goes out of bounds, but Howe will retain possession. There's 3:29 on the clock. Have they moved the clock in a while?
Doesn't seem like it.
Inbound by Ford against Bounds, and the Bounds swats it away, but it ends up in the hands of Grogan, who throws it away. And Bounds has it on the layup, left-handed. That one up, that one good. And Bounds all of a sudden has made 3 straight layups for Bonham. 49-17, 3:17 on the clock. Landry Sanders in trouble, but she passes it away to Peyton Ford. Ford dribbling right-handed through the lane, has it knocked away, and ending up on the floor in a tie ball between Molly Wilson and Hannah Worley is going to remain in the on the court side of Howe, with Ford inbounding against Emma Bounds. Grogan has it behind the half court. She'll dribble across left-handed to the left wing. Ball over her head as she picked up her dribble. Now throws it in the corner to Molly Wilson. She dribbles to the bucket, kicks it out. Ford thought about the 3, dribbles through the lane, off the glass, no good. A nice penetration there by Ford, but all for naught. 2:45 on the clock. Bonham has it down the court, but a traveling call against Emma Bounds as she just kind of flicks the ball away on senior night. And Emma Bounds, the senior, says no way.
Well, 2:43 left in the ball game. With the game pretty much at hand, you kind of hope now no injuries, no freak accidents, anything like that, so you can be healthy going into playoffs.
Here's Wilson in the corner to Landry Sanders. Pass underneath to Williams is off Bonham, and Howe will retain possession. Now, if you're going to stick around and listen to the Howe game, you're going to have to switch over because we have a different link for that as the inbounds goes out of bounds. So when this broadcast is over, just go back to howenterprise.com. If you're on the home page, the boys game is right underneath, the box right underneath this one. And if you're looking for us on YouTube, just look for Howe Bonham 2020 and the boys game should come up. You can get it on howenterprise.com or you can get it on YouTube. Same broadcast, same wonderful, spectacular broadcasters. All right?
We try.
Or at least 2 out of 3.
Yeah, we try.
2:23 left to go in the game. Emma Bounds will inbound it to Hemby. Now up top to Hemby as sisters playing catch. And one will dribble to the other, and this is Worley left wing behind her back. Now dribbles to the lane, off the glass. That one's no good. Rebounded by Trinity Williams. Williams will dribble a couple of times and kick it out to Katie Grogan. We are at the 2-minute mark left to go in the game.
Good penetration there by Worley. Showed some handles there. She drove through traffic.
Grogan in the corner to Williams, who's had a monster game. What's her numbers?
19 and 8 right now.
She goes for 21, but it's swatted away by Carson Hemby. But a foul call was made against Hemby. So Trinity Williams will shoot here to try to make it 21. She'll shoot 2. She has 19. How many rebounds?
8.
8 rebounds. 2 bounces before the free throw, and it's off the right side, back of the rim, and no good.
Lady Bulldogs have had trouble with free throws tonight. I think that's one thing that Derek Lands has talked about. If he's one thing he's concerned about heading into postseason play, it's free throws.
The second one is good, and she's at 20. A 20-point night for the sophomore. 1:48 left to go in the game. And Hemby dribbles it down to the other Hemby, to Worley, who dribbles the lane, guarded by Molly Wilson, cut off at the elbow. And Hemby with a baseball pass is swatted away by Sanders, but regained. And now Wilson again working the 10-foot area, 20-foot area. And Bounds will dribble across the lane, baseline. Worley, shot up, no good. Rebounded right underneath the bucket. That one by Hemby is no good and goes out of bounds, and Bonham will retain possession. 1:18 left to go in the game.
Well, best way to beat a zone is attack it, and Bounds did a good job there of driving and dishing off.
Again, we're going to quickly go to the boys game right after this one, so we'll sign off and reconnect on a different link, so you'll have to find us on howenterprise.com for the boys game. Here's Worley, top of the key to Hemby, now right side in the corner to Bounds. Thought about shooting. Now a baseball pass underneath. A quick pass to Edwards underneath, goes off of Trinity Williams. Or did they catch her for a foul? Are they going to call Williams for a foul? It's the only thing she's done wrong all night. I don't even know if she did that.
I don't know. I don't think it was a foul. I think it just knocked it away. Just played perfect tonight.
What an incredible night by Williams. Under a minute left to go in the game. As a Bounds with a long 3, rebounded by guess who? Williams. Now she has a double-double. She'll dribble right side out to Wilson. Now Williams, top of the key, in the corner to Grogan. Dribbles right to the bucket, puts it up easy like Sunday morning. 52-17. Bounds in the corner. That one's knocked away by Ford, and now Wilson has it. Long pass back to Ford. Dribbling right-handed down the left side of the lane. Stops, picks it up. Bounds, has to throw it away to Wilson. Or Williams, rather. Now over to Wilson. Back to Williams. 25 seconds on the clock. Back to Wilson. Almost stolen away in a foul call against Worley. And with 22 seconds remaining in the game, Molly Wilson's going to shoot. So surely the Lady Warriors aren't trying to,
extend this game out.
Extend the game and, purposely foul towards the end of this thing. I don't think so. 22 seconds left, and Molly Wilson hits the front end and hits the back end. What were you saying about free throws?
Yeah, all of a sudden here, they've started to hit them now. Under
20 seconds left to go in the game. And we're going to quickly sign off as soon as this one's over, and we'll fire it back up for the boys game on the other link. Here's a long shot, and that one is tied up with Molly Wilson on the rebound and Kersey Hemby. Bonham will have possession with 11.2. Hemby to inbound. Looks to Bounds on the left wing. Underneath to Edwards. Catch blocked away by Williams. A block. And Hemby shoots the long 3. That one right in the middle of the bucket. 54-20 at the end of the game, and that is it. 54-20. The Lady Bulldogs win this one tonight. They move to 25-6 on the year, 11-1 in district play, and that is it for the season, for the regular season. Now it's playoff time in Texas for the Lady Bulldogs, because they have opted not to replay Bells for the district championship. They'll just flip a coin and put it in the hands of fate. And what we'll do right now is we'll sign off. So again, we're going to sign off of this broadcast, and we're going to sign back on to the Bonham Howe game on a different link. If you're on HoweEnterprise.com, the box is right underneath on the front page of this one. So we'll see you in just a moment